not think that was the appropriate thing to... That did not do me any favors with the congestion. Very eek. Gaze upon the ring. We need the head of the ring. What are you? CQ head. Can also be atomic, I think. And then we can load you with memory order acquire. All right. And then if the head is equal to the ring tail, wait, is the tail of the ring also supposed to be atomic? I don't know. I don't know. If it goes all wonky, I guess I will know, but I don't know. That's sort of like... that ganyan. How about nope, don't do that. Sanai. I mentioned before, maybe? Sort of. Not to link other channels. In the rule? The rule? Oh, ow, ow. Ow. No, that fits the rules. My knee. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Entries. We gotta get the entry. The CQE. The IO U-ring QE. And we're gonna grab that head. Crossed with the CQ mask. Yeah. If you are less than 0, then you are error. Otherwise we do head, increments, and then we do bring CQ head, store, memory order, release. Turn. I don't know what we're gonna return. A drive crash. Not the drive crash. I think I had a partial drive failure once. Wait, was that a partial drive failure? I don't remember. Pretty sure one of my drives failed once. And after that point, I started keeping everything on, like, a RAID 1. Oh, a lot of these projects aren't on the RAID 1. That's kind of concerning. RAID 0? I just can't with RAID 0. It's just, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Unless I really want, like, write throughput or some nonsense. Let's see, where's one of those string airlines? I'm gonna steal one of those. You are gonna be like negative CQE res. We got what? Ring send ID. Yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Wait, does this one error in any way? I don't know. I don't know. Submit. Just one? Complete. Okay, IO ring. Enter. Get events. About nothing. No flag. Just do the thing. We're going full asynchronous style. That's kind of eek. Let's see, you and you. You are all atomic. Better? I think that's better. What about errors? Load errors. How many errors emitted? Are there errors in there? I don't think there's supposed to be errors in there. I think it's lying to me. I think it's lying to me. You know what I'm gonna do? We're just going to delete whatever buffer that is. Yeah, and then it won't lie to me. Where are you? 24? 4229. I think we missed. 5074. Yeah. Yeah, now you're not complaining. Hello and welcome to the Emmy Lies. Three marks of no Yukuri-sama. It's fine. It's probably fine. I don't mind writing them. The silly reports. Notifications. It's one of those things. One of those things. I don't know which one. Right, so we got set up the ring. See, we can gaze upon the ring. We can submit to the ring. Is it enter with all the opcodes? I think we probably want to display whatever result is. Probably. Probably. So we have to get a little bit more acquainted with some of these operations. Act on the linked request. I'm gonna have some of that linked request. Provide buffers. I'm not going to provide buffers. We're not going to provide buffers. No thank you. No buffers. Vectored read and write. If offset file is not seekable, offset must be 0 or -1. I'm going to use file descriptor, buffer, length of IO, offset, provide buffers. It is often infeasible to have as many buffers available as pending reads or receive. This feature, the application can have its pool of buffers ready, and when the file or socket is ready, a buffer can be selected. FD must contain the number of buffers to provide. Address must contain the starting address to add buffers from. Length contain the length of each buffer to add from the range. Buffer group must contain the group ID of this range of buffers. Offset must contain the starting buffer ID of this range of buffers. Application should provide length time FD worth of memory. Buffers are grouped by group ID. Each buffer within the group will be identical in size. This allows the application to provide different groups of buffers. These often have differently sized buffers available depending on the request. When submitting a request that should use a provided buffer, use buffer select flag and buffer group set to the desired group ID. Be like, maybe. I guess it would be perhaps most interesting to just try to, I don't know, pull a buffer, maybe? A stare into the void. Stare into the ring. The ring? The void of the ring. What do we want? A ring pull? I'll ring pull. Date events, update user data. 0. What did I do? Whatever did I do? Hello there. Welcome. As always, to the Lotus, Kushan, and the Shy Assassin. Who was accusing me of waking up too long? A large collection of subscriptions. Gift scriptions expired. Well, the number has now returned to, like, acceptable levels. Don't you know it's X underscore? Egoist. Spelling. Spelling. That would be silly. That would be kind of silly. Wait, does this have anything else in it? I don't seem to recall there being an offset or an address. I don't seem to recall editing the right file. That would probably help. Ay, 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 ay. maybe slightly. It'll maybe slightly help. If I submitted the right kind of files to the right kind of thing. Enter the ring. It's not the right structure. Not the right structure. Wait, I didn't check for an error here. That also, I think it's gonna go in here. View events waiting. I don't even know if I want these to return anything. It's like, where's my function? It's in the wrong place. That one's in the wrong place. Are you in the wrong place? Return truth. Wait, why does the M mean that? Yeah. Copying and pasting too much. That's gonna cause me trouble eventually. By eventually, I mean definitely. Definitely at some point. assume this works like regular poll. As far as what we've specified. Maybe? Now where is this initialize function? Where you at, function? I want to set up the ring of power. And then yeah. Then we go into scan devices. We're gonna go stare into the ring. These are not very good names. This one should be more something. Ask the ring. If we are ready. Good names will cost extra. Clearly. Clearly. But it's not very clear. Something ring. Ring. We need to gaze upon the ring. Pretty sure. Here we want to do enter the ring. And then when we read devices, I want to do gaze upon the ring. These are some kind of fun names. Like for real? Slightly eek. Yeah, I kind of want to do this as a loop. so it can read all of the contents of the ring. This seems like a good idea. Alright, did I make any obvious mistakes? Don't think so. Can we run this? I've got a 1A result. Got an op 12 result. Op 1 result. I think the ring is giving us results. We're still kind of dependent on ePole to actually take care of all that for us. But with a small tweak, we could in fact not do it that way. We could do it the other way. Maybe, probably, possibly, I don't know. Could be anyone's guess. So I'm curious what would happen if, like, the ring gets filled in, but we don't call enter. This is actually the part that I'm slightly more curious about. Oops. Like, is it still possible, or does it need to... Yeah, it definitely needs that. Definitely have to give it the items. You have to put them in the ring. Yeah, maybe this one can just... one of these submit operations. Like, that's fine, right? Seems like it would be fun. This, though, this is going to need... I'm gonna need a buffer. We kinda need a buffer. If you're gonna, like, send or receive things. That's sort of the... That's sort of the gotcha. I love gotcha. No, wait, we don't want the gotcha. Like the gotcha? No, 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 not the gotcha. Anything but the gotcha. Gotcha mechanics. I was causing grief. I was causing trouble. Oh, the lute? The lute? Like the musical instrument? And it has a lute inside? That would be too good. Too epic. The epic loot crate box container. Yeah, stop putting loot boxes. Open loot shipping containers that are full of like tons and tons and tons of items. What is this going to be? This is going to be basic string of uint 8. That's not very flexible. No. Just sort of no, not that. Could do that, but I don't know that I want to do that. But we could. We could do it that way. Alright, don't do that. Buffer length. Size? Buffer size? is less than buffer capacity. Resize to buffer size. No, resize to capacity. Because then we gotta put the string into a structure, I think. Why should you be vector? I guess we could do vector. And the Lelons. The OO ring. Or maybe ring OO. The ring OO. Fox's program. Oh my god. Oh my god, how did this ever happen? How could I have done such a thing? How is it even possible to do such a thing? Fox building cars? Nah, don't be silly. Don't be silly. I would only make giant robotic vehicles. And those are totally not cars. There was some other field that I wanted to put here. I forget what, though. In use. That's not it. That's not it. But I'll do that anyway. Oh, am I? I'm doing... I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. Ote. Ote. I might be getting a little bit close to some of my limits, though. 6 hours. We're not doing that today. No, I got stuff to do. I have stuff to wake up for. probably gonna end fairly soon-ish if this takes me too long here. Gotta be healthy. Do we know? Can I really stop programming? Can I really? Well, I mean, the only other thing I have to do at this point is, like, sleep. I think. I don't know if I have to do anything else or not. I forget. I kinda, sorta forget. We kinda sorta forget sometimes. Oh, you buffer data. Buffer. I love filling my buffer with buffer data. That's what makes the buffers go round. What am I doing right now? I am building an IO ring submission thing so that we can, like, send and receive over the ring instead of having to call, send, or receive not over the ring. I must submit to the ring. I'm already... I don't know why I'm coming up with these silly names. But I do know the wing waits for no one. The wing. I don't think it's a wing, I think it's a ring. I think it's a ring. It surely must be a ring. Definitely, probably. I think I was gonna stick that ID in the list. Have that be things. They're stand-ins for when future Meisaka decides on an actual name for the silly thing. Like, in some ways, there's a sense to them. Like, submit to the ring. So a little bit verbose. That's what it says on the tin. Enter the ring. Could be a little more verbose. Enter unto the ring and tremble. Ask the ring if we are ready. Gaze upon the ring. Reveal its secrets. Oh, they are much more descriptive. You need to be the send ID. Yeah. I'm gonna get some of that sus hydration. Isn't that sus hydration? Yeah. We need to take this item out of the what's it called? That list. That list of requests that crave to be received and sent. That list. What is that list? The fluffy buffer vector thing. See if you have an empty slot. Move the buffer. I know, if we move the buffer, it won't be set. Yeah. Copy the buffer. I'm gonna break out of the buffer thing. Otherwise, we're gonna push it. Which is close enough. Cause that's not eek. Actually, you know what? We do this. How about after? Version control. The version is not under control. The version is kind of not under control. Actually, we could move it here. And once again, proving. That it was good enough the first time. It was kind of good enough the first time. And then, 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 I think we need... deck. Extra fluff. A little bit of extra fluff. A little bit of extra fluff. Actually, I think that instead of pointing this at, no, not you. Send ID. We could point send ID at like the pointer instead of this arbitrary number. That could be a thing. Possibly, possibly. Alright, about asking the ring if we are ready. That's kind of the tricky part, though. Twice from the buffer. We're not moving twice from the buffer. We only move stuff out of the buffer once, and then if we didn't, then we have the other move that like pushes it instead. Well, I suppose with it being at the end of the function like that, we could probably just change this to a return instead. That would make a little more sense. This is a shared pointer object. Not track. I track all of the things. Stretch break. I think it was about an hour and a half ago. Maybe like almost 2. I had a piece of cheesecake when I did that one. Why I do this? I don't know. I'm looking for a scan list. We want the scan list, I think. So if we want to ask the ring, we are ready. Be like, what the ring? And then you can be, you went 64. Yeah. Yeah. You can have the send ID, and then you can have the buffer pointer as a uint 64. An entire chicken's worth of meat. Yeah, but I'm not in Japan, so that kind of complicates the ability to get a chicken worth of meat. Slightly. You know, mild complications. Yeah, what do you want? I don't know what the ring we're talking about. Device scan data. Auto pointer. Device pointer. Can I get that? Oh, we're gonna put that. Can be our key. So much food, such a low price. That's the kind of personality you don't find too often. That is truly a rarity. Event item R. I could just put that in there. No? Taya? Taya, yeah. Why booping people again? Boop. Boop. Send index. We must send the index C. Send index C. Oh, a dire need. Dire. Dire. I am in dire need of maybe some extra water. Got that good chai. That good tasty chai. Yum yum chai. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be too much of a stretch if, like, I don't know, we took the items out of the list somehow. I don't know how, though. Gaze upon the ring. We must reveal its secrets. So we got user data. And we're gonna cast that back into a void pointer. file. File ends with C C C C C C C C C C C C C. Not the C C C C C C C C C. I stay evil. Maximally evil? I don't know. Let's see, what do we want? We want the reference to the device in the scan list. I don't know that I've ever been a fan of like the double H. But the CC, I could see that one. I could see that one being a thing. What do we want? We have device get equal user pointer. I don't know, maybe if it's not equal, continue. Let's see, I think this means that we are pulling a device, and we successfully pulled the device. So we want to see if extra fluff has anything on it. With the extra fluff. You are fluff. Like typing words per minute. I don't really know. I'm not very good with like typing tests because that involves like transcription. And I'm like terrible at transcription, so I type slower. But when I did try it, it was around like 60 or something like that. I'm like, it's good enough. It's good enough. It does things. Let's see, we'll make one of these and then buffer we will resize to I don't know the size of an input event structure times like 16. Or maybe we'll put this out here. This one can be pop front. Fireball overloaded. When now? Oh, that doesn't return anything. Duh. Very duh. Too used to other languages where the things actually return the values that they pull off of their... Anyways, let's const expression this, maybe? Mushy. Mushy. Very mushy. I don't know if I want to actually do anything to the device or not. Send the index. You are what? Device? Index? The index of the device from the list? The scan list? It's problematic because device does not give me an index. So we need to change this to be, that's not equal, and increment, get, device, so if we subtract the scan list begin, it should give me an index. Then we want to submit to the ring. We declared down here. Just kind of eek. Somewhat eek. Let's stick these. Here's fine. Give it the ring. Give it the device. A file descriptor. There's a couple of different things, so we'll do device reference. Get file descriptor. Get IO ring operation. We want to read. give it the fluff. Give it some of that fluff. And then we'll just leave that list because we're done. Arguably, I could have used the find function, maybe. Oh well. Oh well. It's fine. It works. It's not too much deeper. Does that work? I don't know if that works. Maybe that works. Unless we actually have one of those read events, then it doesn't work so much. Then not so much. How did we get here? Go to. How did we get here? That will fix it, right? Yeah. Then we can put another option in here. Maybe this one should have been second. Well, that's not important right now. What's important right now is that we reference the access. Or whatever it's called, I don't know. If you're not equal, we'll continue. You're not the thing we are looking for. Otherwise... I guess you are the thing we're looking for, and we want to grab something. System Shock Music. I don't think I do, actually. I don't think I do. I might have to check this out at some point. We got event item. Let's see, that's the crazy e-pole thing. UR error status actually needs some of this, but it has to go up, up, and away into the... I don't really want to put it inside the reveal secrets function. I sort of want to make a different, separate function for if we have a device. Device pulled by the ring. We got here, we got ring, we got device, we got device index. What are these? Device scan data. Tool ring. I should have kept that. Put that down here. Then be like device index. Device reference. You can be void, I don't care about return. I don't think I need to return anything there. The device hath been pulled by the ring, then we want ring star device. This index thing. Then you can be device read by the ring. Ring. I guess the device. Keep a scan list at the access. Send index. Give it the same things. Well, you're not Pointer. Why are you not Pointer? Need to be device scan data. Reference. Yes, okay. Song title? I did not write the title. I had these songs on my drive for a long time. It's one of those auspicious MP3 file name titles. That's actually what the song is called. And unironically, it's actually kind of one of my favorites out of, like, the song tracks. Out of the collection it comes from. I did not compose this song. I did not pose this song. Yeah. If I compose songs, then I stick my name in the title. Event item. Let's see, we want grab all of this. Read by the ring. Wait, we don't have an event item. It's actually sort of important. Like, this stuff goes in here. The side? Which side? We got this side. Then we got this side. Then we got that side. I see. I see. Again. I just want to finish this stupid thingy right now. Device is in the scan list. Return. Alright, we need the events. The poll response event things. Yeah, what are those? CQE flags. I need the flags. I need those flags. The one's downside of having like stupid long nails. You could catch the wrong key and then just delete half your program. Thank goodness for undo. I make liberal use of undo. It's not paranoia, it's a joke. It's a joke. Not that I'm very good at jokes. Wait, why am I doing device by reference? Instead of like a pointer by reference, which is maybe a little awkward. Okay, we don't need read because we already read. We just need to feed this thing everything. This thing needs the flags from CQE. I think in terms of the CQE, the return value results, I think that's what I want. CQE res. And then we also want the access. Are you shared pointer? No, you can be the silly go-to. Alright, so we got an amount, and we got standard shared pointer to a ring wall. Reference buffer or access, I don't know. Buffer data. Going to be a constant auto. Uh, what did I call it? Input buff. Interpret pointer cast. No. Reinterpret cast. Input event. Constant input event pointer. Everyone's favorite. Well, but then we gotta clean up. We gotta get the extra floof. Put that away. And then we also have to, like, repull the device. Ring. Device. I kind of want the device pointer, actually. And then we will enter unto the ring and tremble. Yes. Wait, do we do that for our read operation here? I don't think we do. think we do. Okay. Better. Slightly better. Or... Let's go to read devices. Let's go to read devices. We can keep track of, I guess, how many things we've submitted. Probably. And then we're just gonna dead code all of that. Yep, sure, fine. I guess you only get one. Because we forgot something, didn't we? Gaze. Got results. New device. Display name. Segmentation fault. I don't think you're supposed to segmentation fault. It's just a slight guess here. Let's do C string. For when I fall asleep. I don't know, I already don't want it really like falling asleep. That is gibberish. I am getting gibberish on the console here. That is lovely. Oh, because I'm eating one of the values. Keyboard. This thingy. This thingy. Get that thingy. Although it seems an awful lot like it's not actually reading. You're supposed to read the device? I don't think it read the device. Unless it did, and the result is in results instead of flags. Segmentation fault. Again? 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 Why are we doing this again? Try to send index. Did we like not set that? That? I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to, like, whatever the hell my program is doing right now. Kind of locked in because I want to, like, get this before I end. I don't know if I will, though. Okay, this thing flips out. Maybe, access? There we got. What is an access? When in doubt, we just print it out? Okay, that looks pointer E. Pointer E. That also looks pretty pointer-y. Unique pointer. No, we don't want that. A USB reference. Maybe get. I feel like something either in there is breaking. Maybe something outside? No, it's something inside. It's definitely something inside. Not the hollow. The hollow. This is very important, the hollow. Wait a second. Amount is never less than 0. Deprecated a line? Segmentation fault. Do you even get here? I don't think it gets there. I don't think it gets there. I think it never makes it to this function. Accessing one of these. It's just like access. Send index. Wait, we move from access pointer. Uh. Should work now, maybe. Hey, it doesn't die. It lives. And we get glorious amounts of data. Failed. Invalid argument. I don't think it's supposed to do that. I don't think it's supposed to do that. I think the ring went too deep. Okay, but when do you throwing here. Eight, 148. That's a read buffer. That would be a read buffer. Except the result failed. It's gonna be int 32. You're gonna be int 32. Well, I don't know how, but like, I've already managed to break it. Segmentation fault. Yes, let's just read multiple devices at once. That will definitely do it. Yep. Should you read the same thing twice? That doesn't even get used. Is what? So there's a lot of things. I'll set you to some obnoxious numbers. You don't actually get output or some such. I mean, if we have a pull in and we remove that from the ring, then the ring isn't going to re. Why are we re? See, what did you do this time? You failed? Why did you fail? Why'd you randomly fail? Program, why you randomly fail? Does it close? Closes? Wait, why does it close? Why would you do that? Hmm. I need more insight. I need more insight into the ring. Sun? The artificial sun has already been up for quite some time. Probably not the sun we are referring to, though. Just gonna flood this thing. Apparently if we flood the thing with events, it breaks. We are building, what am I doing? I'm using like the IO ring feature in Linux to like super sort of ridiculously excessive IO operations performance of like reads and pulling of files, and the files happen to be like input device nodes. So I'm trying to read from all the input devices, and I'm trying to do it fast with ring buffers. That is slightly less information. And we'll get there eventually, I think. Especially when it comes to explaining things, I think. Because I almost have to explain it to myself. Not understand? Well, the computer has like a bunch of like special files in it. This is a feature of like Linux. And the special files, there's like one of these for each physical input device plugged into the system, in the computer. If you read from one of these files, the data that you get out of the file isn't like some fixed thing. It's like a set of binary structures that describe what your device is doing at that moment in time. So if I press keys on the keyboard, it reads keyboard events. If I press joystick keys, it reads joystick events. If I move the mouse around, I run out of something or other and my program crashes. Because the mouse is too fast. This is useful how? Let's say I want to build a desktop. You know, you know how we have cursor? We have like windows that we can move around. This sort of nonsense. Well, I want to write a program that does that. I want my program to render the mouse cursor, for example, and then render the windows on the screen. But in order to like have my program read from the mouse cursor, you have to read these input devices. You actually have to read what the mouse is doing. Because if I replace the window manager with a custom one, then I'm kind of responsible for all of that. I have to like make sure the screen is rendered. I have to make sure all the input devices are accessed, read, and kept up to date. I have to read the keyboard and translate the keyboard keys. I have to keep track of like focus, like where to send the keyboard events and whatnot. I have to tell programs where the keys are and where the mouse is. Sort of nonsense. But in order to do that, I have to figure this out. And it's definitely not supposed to be crashing. Crashing is not great. And what I don't get is why one of these read requests is failing. Like, is this just sort of a matter of, like, queue depth? Do I need to make my queue bigger? Memory map the IO ring? Well, we don't like do anything. The memory mapping doesn't have to do with like the IO devices. The memory mapping is just to set up the ring. And then once you have the ring, you can just throw anything into it. So I decided I would throw all of my file descriptors from the evdev nodes into the ring. And that seems to work fine. Until it doesn't. Why is it not working? What did I do to it? What did I do to it? What did I do to this silly thing? Yeah, I feel like I should like store to the head so that the kernel can keep processing things. Maybe? Overcallocating the objects. I don't know. I kind of suspect that it's something sort of like that. Like I'm submitting too many. Like the ring buffer might just be full. I'd be like, I don't know. I'll get my events waiting. It's not waiting stuff. Do you return anything? We got a failure. I don't think entering into the ring returns failure, though. Got the Truel. Gaze upon the ring and reveal its secrets. Let's see, if not, read devices sleep. So if this returns false, we will sleep. Otherwise, we will not sleep. Although I don't think that makes a difference, but... But it does, a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Results, A8. What if instead, whenever a read fails, we just put the device back into the cluster or whatever. We don't try to reset it. Can you fail now? More things. I mean, it still fails for some reason. get to read all my inputs while I type them. Why am I reading the device pointer as a string? I do some very curious things sometimes. I don't think I'm likely to get any insight from that, though. Except telling, like, where the event ends and starts. That's about it, though. Read from the ring. There's like plenty of memory in there. I don't quite understand why it would just randomly not work. Also, this thing, like, kind of kills the responsiveness of the program. Unintended side consequence. Okay, but does it ever fail now? I mean, it kind of does. A bunch of times in a row? Not entirely sure about that one. You know, this might be Okay, now I'm kind of curious. Now I'm kind of curious what the send index is. The one thing that we don't really have here is what the current ring send ID. Also, user data is a pointer. I don't think that makes a difference. Because what if it's doing what I originally suspected, where the SQEs that we already put in the buffer, but haven't processed yet, are being overwritten because they haven't been like finalized. So if we like wait for an operation that like rolls over like 1,000 something, 2,000 something. Oh, it's less than that. I think it's less than that. Spin, 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 spin. I don't know if it has anything to do with that or not. So we're gonna find 3. Get rid of that. So now you're just a wall of outputs. And every so often it will just run over a series of them that are being used. Eight. 31. Do you know where your mochi cake is? Well, that reminds me, I have to charge my phones. That's important. This is a little bit of a thing. An hour. Or 10 hours. The entirety of 10 hours. Cast into the oblivion. If we run this, we do like one of these in the middle. Change the size of the mysterious block. The mysterious. Happens pretty close to like 3F. So I would guess this is partially derived from the problem of using index on the SQE pointer. With that ping pong. Ping pong. Ping pong. Ping ping pong. Foundational knowledge. I don't know. feel like I have to keep track of which SQEs I use. And then not use them again until they've completed. A little bit easier said than done. An SQE, what you call it? A submission queue entry. There are a series of structures, and you have to like specify an index that points at each and every one. They're used to like submit items into the queue. But you have to allocate them in a way. Which I most certainly did not. Yeah, so my typical allocation technique here is grab an index, and then like use the tail as the index. Then we're just setting index to index instead of something else. So it would probably be kind of silly to do so. But maybe I can make like a vector of the indexes in use. The squee busy. We'll have this to index. And then if you have an Item. I have an item. Let's just pull in sets. Sets are easy enough to use and will probably help me prove my theory. Maybe unordered set. So what contains SQE index. And then we'll just do that a bunch of different times. And then in here, we will set, we'll insert the SQE index. I think we need to do something to keep track of these, though. Because then I need to figure out where the hell in the ring the index is that I just tossed into the into the soup. So we're gonna need like the normal pointer thing, which we could keep in here as an actual pointer. And we could have like the SQE in use. then instead of pointing at a user data, we'd point at this thing. Somehow. Is the Mesaka good? Or is the Mesaka evil? Or is the Mesaka only possibly evil? We don't know. Actually, if we keep track of the ring in both places, then I can use this to find the SQE. That'll be fine for testing purposes. You can find gaze upon the ring. Get user pointer. And then we can go to the what's it called? The SQE tracker. Do you have erase? This if iterator points at user pointer. Actually, we would break. We have one for the actual data type. Key type. If your key type. So we go up to 3F. still hits those. It still kinda hits those. Secret, so secret. No one could possibly chart that far. It's too much secret. It is so incredibly secret. So put the index in here. There's all kinds of E. I think we're not tracking some of these. Otherwise they wouldn't be 0. Oh wait, of course we're not tracking them. Of course we're not tracking them. We didn't... We got 2 things that submit to the ring. We also have Ask the Ring. We've asked the ring if we are ready. Clearly not. And then we have Submit to the Ring. Why are you not user data? Why are you not user data in? Because you need to be cast into the void? You must be cast into the void. Alright, so now every other SQE is also getting tracked, presumably. Let's go over to 3F. Should be like a gap. Yeah, we went from 7FF to 14. And then the ring stopped. I don't think the ring is supposed to... Wait a minute. You're supposed to be the SQE index. The squee. I think we're close. I think I'm close. Go all the way up to 7. And then you roll over. And it fails. Why you still fail? Maybe there's something about it that I'm not quite understanding. It did go up, I think. Mouse? No, not mouse. No mouse. Talking about the number in this column. This is supposed to be like the index of the entry that we are supposedly filling in. I think. So when this rolls around the ring, the index needs to go up. I think. And then we got the SQ array. like maybe I'm not quite understanding some sort of vaguely fundamental aspect of this. Mm. What do we got here? We got 14. 14 was kind of in use. 14 was kind of sort of in use. I don't know if I'm supposed to really reuse it or not. Very, so many, we got that tail. This value should roughly line up with the tail, I think. Where's this thing at? I want to get the what's it called? The what's it called? I'm gonna get the next SQE from the ring. Yeah. Oh my god. 1 year? of Meisaka? That's kind of crazy right there. Much thanks to the G lane. 88th. The greatest lane. So the one whole entire crazy year. What is Meisaki even doing? We're doing something, apparently. Yeah, I need to put the index. I think. And then I think we'll make this just return the IOU ring SQE reference. Like this silly thing. So we got ring index. At the ring. Void pointer user data. Get rid of all this. Get rid of you. The longest stream I've ever done is probably the 20... Is it like the 24 or 25 hour one that I did probably at the start of this year? That was a bit of a trip. I don't know if I would do that again. I have broke it. Don't know how we have broke it. No idea. Do. Exactly how we broke it. This needs to get incremented. Perfect machine. What kind of nonsense are we talking about here? I guess 1A failed? One failure is slightly better than however many failure. I don't know. 1A. 1A failed. Well, maybe something isn't like grabbing item out of the ring. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's pulling an item out of the ring and it's not unringed enough. Doesn't even make sense. I don't even think I'm making sense. I think I speak nonsense. Serious engine. How serious are we talking here? I mean, I'm using, like, SQE? What's it called? I'm using IOU ring EV devices? Vulkan? A whole bunch of, like, custom written from scratch code that loads, like, files of every single format you can think of, almost? It seems like a pretty serious engine to me. Maybe slightly. I don't think I'm gonna track down this one obscure item. Or maybe I can. Maybe we should not remove item from the index until we've processed the item. Or processed the other items. So we'll just put that in there. And instead of erasing those, we will just break out of the list. See, where does it loop around? Like 1A, I think, or 7F something. 7 something to 1A? Yeah, 1A still slips out, and I don't know why. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think we'll deal with that one next time. So I'm gonna say bye-bye for now. Take care. Farewell. This is the perfect time to end the time that times the end time thing time. Did I say time enough? I don't think I did. But until next time. Next time is gonna be Thursday. Thursday night. Friday morning. These kind of time. That's when you can find Mesaka next. Either that or over the weekend. The Saturday Sunday crossover. These are both the next streams. But until then, yeah, I will continue to do Mesaka things. A great many Mesaka things. Like to stare, stare, stare.